Welcome back. All right, guys. Welcome back to our show, Puck Rock Rangers. I'm Stefan. This is Palmer, and there's nothing good to talk about, but let's get into it anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We've missed a couple weeks. There's been some snow on the ground here in the East Coast. Unlike the normal variety, usually it snows and it's gone in a day or so. I mean, this
Yep.
is coming up on 2 weeks. There's been ice and snow on the ground.
Yep.
So held us up for a couple weeks, and frankly, there's been no drive. There's been no desire to get over here and do an episode.
No.
I love coming over here and seeing you. It gives me an excuse to come see my nieces and kind of keep up with my fam and see keep tabs on everyone. So I enjoy it for that. But goddamn, this is about. I told Raynell during dinner tonight, and I know she's tired of hearing it. This is about as low and disinterested as I've ever been in this team.
Yeah.
At least since being like bought in. Like I was a fan as a kid. Was a teenager and kind of got away from it. Then got back into it in early adulthood. But like as far as like being a connected fan and watching podcasts and keeping up with the team, I mean I've just gotten to the point. There's certain pods I'm not listening to. It's nothing against them. I just don't care. And
Yeah.
and that's probably not a good thing for me to exclaim on our pod. You should still be watching us. But let's get into some intros, man. I know we like to catch up. What have you been up to? And then we'll get into the shit that is.
Yeah, this snow has been what was it? It's hard to even call it snow. It's more of an ice storm. Like it snowed and then the next day it all just turned into ice. So it's like you could walk straight across the top of the snow. It was like 5 inches of ice, and it actually worked out because our house we live on a really slight incline. So we grabbed a couple boogie boards out of the shed, and me
Nice.
and my 4 year old we went out and were boogie boarding through the yard, and it was pretty epic. I actually had a one moment of sadness. Uh, we have a little tree stump that from where the tree got cut down and the snow kind of burrowed up it. So we were using it as a ramp, and I was like, I put the boogie board on there like a skateboard, and I went to go drop in, and it just went whoop like a fucking banana peel, and I ate shit. Like it was good. Like I was like, oh, I got up real quick because looked around me, made sure nobody saw, but I busted my ass good. Cora was
Nice.
laughing at me, but I stood up and I was like, damn, I'm not as agile as I used to be. It makes me want to like start working out a little bit or something, but
Dude, my fall count I think is about 3 or 4 since the snow's been on the ground. And yeah, like Stefan said, it's just been colder than normal, sustained for a while. Like it's usually cold for a day or so, and then the snow goes away. It's just been cold as shit for several days now. So,
well,
but
the my ego was hurt because I've always been like a cat. Like even in our old trampoline wrestling days, like they would pick me up and try to slam me, and I'd kind of just land on my feet still because I was just like I felt like I was a cat. Like I was just always able to. Not this time. Like I'm past that. I'm on my ninth life
mm,
as a cat, and I ate it good. And like I said, it wasn't soft snow; it was hard ice. So it got me good. But yeah, other than that, we did have a lot of fun. uh, I love driving in that kind of weather because it's almost like you're so locked. Like you'll never be more alert in your life
yeah,
as you are when you're driving through a snowstorm or through ice. You're just so locked in and so focused. It feels so good. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Other than that, school's back, which is great. And yeah, I've been ranting for a minute about how great everything is. Uh, Mainly because I haven't been paying attention to the Rangers as much,
yeah,
or not paying attention, but not caring as much. What about you, man?
yeah. I've been good. I think since we last spoke, I'm sure I've been to a show or two. Coded recorded last weekend. Shout out Cicada,
Sick.
our friend of the show, Nate, hooking it up.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a good time over there. 5 song demo coming out soon. Coded's got a show coming up if you're watching this and want to go to shows and into that shit. I think it's Sunday, the 15th at Banditos. It's a matinee show, so we're actually playing at like 2 o'clock, 2:30, something like that.
Nice.
So get there early, get home at a decent time. We're all, none of us are getting any younger. Um, but yeah, man, I'm good. I've been watching the Rangers here and there, but not as dialed in as you'd think or before. I've been kind of flipping around. I've been watching a lot of the Flyers. I've been watching a lot of Buffalo. I've been watching a lot of the Sharks. Just kind of following teams that I like a little bit here and there. I mean, I'm not flip flopping. I'm not jumping ship or anything like that. But the Rangers are bad, and,
Yep.
and I've been enjoying watching other teams. And it's funny, you watch these other teams and you're like, why can't we forecheck?
Yeah.
Buffalo's not anything crazy. I mean, I
They're
don't
just a hot
understand.
team right now.
They're
They're a
hot,
hot team and they're connecting.
but yeah, I guess that's my intro. We'll get into the hockey stuff, man. Um, the Rangers made headlines this week,
Yeah.
so I guess we should really start there with the Panarin trade. Rest in peace,
Let's see
Artemi
if we can
Panarin
get them.
bobbleheads. I know mine's on my desk at work, and I can't even look at it anymore. I'll let you start, man. I really don't know what to say. I will say this. I'll preface this, and then I'll let you get into it. When the news hit,
Why is it like that? It's how blurry it is. It's acting blurry. It's acting. Lean up a little, man. Sorry, I'm not gonna cut this out, but the camera's messing up on us.
we're having some tech issues.
Yeah, you see how blurry it is? All right, let's see if that fixes it.
You're blurry. You need to lean forward. Probably
I
should,
don't even care.
we probably should cut some of this out. But either way,
I don't care.
um, the when the Panarin news broke, I was so prepared for Panarin leaving that I was just kind of whatever. I woke up this morning and my ass was on fire, dude. I can't believe how badly we got fleeced. I can't believe that we get nothing back. And I'm not. I don't mean to discount the Greenleaf kid, or a Green Tree. Sorry, you said Greenleaf yesterday, and you got me thinking that Green Tree. You know, I'm excited actually to see him crack the squad and see what he can do. Hopefully, but we traded Artemi. I've been saying for a hope and a prayer. Green Tree is the hope. We hope he's an NHLer, and a third round pick is a prayer.
Yeah, you know what they say: shit in one hand and hope in the other, and see which one fills up faster. Uh, Man, I'm disgusted. I'm not. I was talking to Palmer earlier about this. It's like Artemi Panarin had all the. He had the hand. He had a royal flush in his hand. He got to decide exactly where he wanted to go, and that took away all leverage that we had. But still, to like not be a little more patient, and it wasn't even the trade that has me so mad. It's literally every single thing previously that has led up to this point of where we are now, and it just has me sick. I'm offended, I'm hurt, and I'm appalled at what we have to go through as fans right now. And it makes it worse that I see Devils fans going on there and celebrating, and oh my god, we are just a laughing stock of the entire league right now. It's embarrassing to even like wear my Rangers beanie out in public. Like I don't want no one to say anything to me. I still do, but it's just embarrassing, man.
Yeah, this team really has fallen from grace. You know, Steph and I are going to tough it out, but we started this podcast because the team was not because it was just more of like a timing thing and an idea that hit us, but
Yeah.
the team was good. We were having fun watching it. It kind of sucked us in, right? We text, every night when they're playing. You know, we started an Instagram. We wanted to get involved with the community, and it's like last season was like the surprise, like whoa, you know, okay, maybe this team's got some problems. And then, we're sold this like retool on the fly by Drury. And he brings in lesser players than he gets rid of. Let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. And it's just he bleaches any bit of personality and any bit of fun, any bit of um, you know, um viability, like anything that a fan would want to cling to is gone. This team, it's a no effect song. We're left holding the bag.
It's like
You
a
know,
it's like an OnlyFans model girl. It just has no personality. It's just something that you see and it just happens and there's nothing inside. It just is what it. Oh my! It's so disgusting to watch this franchise right now. I cannot even. I
What
can't. I can't. It's
and
terrible.
and you're watching guys that served a role on this team, and they're just gone.
Yeah.
Little by little, they're gone, and they're brought in by surface level. I mean, this entire fucking team is a third line. You know, with a few exceptions, and with Panarin gone, JT Miller's playing like a third liner. Alexi Lafreniere should be a third liner on a team with any kind of playoff aspirations.
Yep.
The only reason he's hanging around on the first and second line on this team is because we've blown it up, and it's becoming like, okay, are you a warm body? Are you breathing? Get out there. I mean, it's just pathetic, man. And to get a could be NHL prospect and a third round pick that whoop de doo becomes a second if they win, and if they win another round, Stefan, they'll throw in a fourth.
Yeah. Like
I mean,
like a
you might as well throw in a set of snap on
120th, 128th overall.
a
Like
fourth round. I mean, why don't you throw in a set of Walmart spinner hubcaps? I mean, that's basically what we traded Artemi Panarin for. It is a travesty. I you know as fans, we reserve the right to look in hindsight and crucify Drury because we
yeah.
don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know the truth. We're told, we were sold, and I'm sorry I'm ranting. I'm gonna let you get
No.
in here in a
Good.
second.
Go.
We were sold that Artemi Panarin wanted too much money, that him and his camp wouldn't take a team friendly deal, and that there was no way that we could hold on to him. And I guarantee, I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for Ranger fans. I know for a fact if I known that 2 years, 11 million was on the table, I would have considered it. I would have considered it because you can work around that in today's cap. You know,
And you need a player like that for
you
some of these young guys,
you
for
need
some of the Gabe
you need
Perreaults.
someone to score some goals. What happened tonight? They were shut out again
Another
for the
shutout.
900th time
Let's
this season
go.
at home. I can't remember what show it was on. I want to say it was Blue Shirts Breakaway, but they were talking about, will this team win 10 games at home this season? That's a legit question.
Yeah.
What are they at, 6? We'd have to look, but I think they're at 6 or 7 home wins, which is pathetic.
Like I just happen to, and I don't want to get too much into the games and the play because at this point the team they are what they are, um, and every single week it's the same old, same old. So I don't want to get into the day by day stuff, but I watch I just sit around and watch other hockey, and sometimes I'll cut on just because I have fantasy, so I have players on other teams. I'll turn on like a Canucks game or something. I'll be like, "Damn, like we couldn't even beat the Canucks right now. At least they get offensive zone time. At least they generate chances. Like we don't do any of that. The only reason the Canucks are lower than us in the standings right now is because they're in the West and they play the teams that are dominant in the West more. Like we're playing teams in the East, and the East is the weaker conference right now. So we were able to maintain a 500 points percentage for the first half of the season. They just weren't. They just we are so hellacious right now.
Dude, you watch a game like last night, and I didn't watch the whole thing. Admittedly, old man Palmer passed out. But I watched some of the Boston Florida game,
Yeah,
and you want to talk about, and those are two teams that are fighting for a spot. Neither one is guaranteed at this point, which is weird to say because both teams have been pretty good. That's usually a tight rivalry
yeah.
in the playoffs. But both teams are on the outside looking in, and that was an absolute bloodbath. That was, I mean, big hits, questionable hits, fights, overtime. Brad Marchand shootout winner. I mean, that was a fucking hockey game. And then you flip over to the Rangers. Not that they played last night, but you flip over to the Rangers, and it's, dude. I was telling Stefan before we hit record. I was listening to the game on the way over here driving, and that was actually a fun experiment because you get to just take it in for what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I like Alex Faust and I like Brian Boyle, so I'm not talking shit on them. But they're sitting there, they are trying their best to highlight any shred of positivity. One big example, and I'll let you get to it.
Yeah, it's
They
probably
said
the same one.
at one point they were like, "Up, Matt Rempe wins a foot
Yes,
race." Oh, but the
yes,
puck is cleared out.
yes. I was thinking that in my head. I was like, good work on Matt Rempe winning a foot. I was like,
Up.
I literally was sitting on the couch by myself, and I said, "Ooh, Matt Rempe wins a foot
I
race."
said the same thing
I
in
was
the
like,
car.
"That's what we're celebrating? Is that we won a foot race?"
There was a
That's
couple
how
other
low we
dude.
are.
I'm glad. All right, so we both experienced
I
that.
did. I
I was sitting
literally
there.
said it out loud by myself.
It was the way it was. I'm telling you, watching it, I'm sure it broke down different, but just to hear the way they said it, up, Matt Resby in a foot race was so up, the puck is cleared out. So it was
it's like
just so just back
it's
out,
like a little bit of hope. Oh, never
dude.
mind.
And
Sorry, never mind. Didn't
yeah,
mean to get your hopes up.
it it's just awful. Little tiny things like I think they were like, oh, the Rangers are at this point uh
Another
the,
one.
the Canes
Another good stick from Zibanejad. Like we're defending. We've been pinned in our own
or
zone for
oh
three
good
minutes straight. Oh, good stick on Zibanejad.
good stick Vakanainen.
After
I heard
being
that
after
too.
being exhausted, gassed, and hemmed in your own zone for 3 minutes straight. Good stick. That's what we're excited about.
Dude, it is so
God.
bad. And like Boiler, the way he was as a player and the way he is,
Yeah.
he hates this rendition of the team. It is hard for him to sit there and rep this team and try to come up with positive things.
Yeah.
Another thing that stood out to me listening to the game, and dude, I mocked this so hard driving in the car to myself. But you hear Alex Faust. Oh, Rangers fans, don't forget to get in on the centennial season. Don't miss
Uh,
your opportunity to witness a Rangers game on their 100th season. And dude, I just let out this like, oh yeah, because we're having so much fun.
it's like they're
Everything
announcing.
is fine.
It's like they're announcing the game for people who don't
Who
watch
don't
hockey,
know better?
who don't know. Like it's like a 12-year-old kid who's just getting into hockey, and he's like, "Oh, there's some hockey on TV. Let me turn it on and see if I like it." Like that's who they're announcing it for, and that's who they're trying to sell the dream to. But to everybody else, we're just like, we know they're just blowing smoke up
Yeah,
our asses.
to the to the 9-year-old boy who
Yeah,
just wants to go see the Rangers, or to the tourist from another country who is in New York and just wants to go to an event, or to the the office suit corporate guy who got the tickets as a gift for probably writing some legislature to club seals or whatever they constructed. Those are who's going to the game, and that's who's like, whoa, let me get my Ranger tickets. Look, dude, I promise you, and I'm if someone was to buy me Ranger tickets and a flight to New York, I'd have to consider selling them.
yeah, I'd sell them
I'd
to
have,
the opposing team's fans. Right?
yeah,
Hey,
try to get
I
other
just
fans
thought
in the
about
building.
something really messed up when you were talking about that. Like, if there was a kid and he was on the Make a Wish Foundation and his last wish was to like see the Rangers play in person,
Jesus.
like that would be the worst way. That'd be like the absolute worst way to die ever. Is like that's your one wish, and then the 25-26 Rangers. I can't. It's
You
terrible,
know as
man.
soon and that,
It might even take an extra week off the kid's life. Like it's sad. That's how bad this is.
I guarantee when that kid says, "I want to go see the Rangers," they're like, "How about Disney World?"
Yeah,
you know?
it's like anything but that. Sorry, the
you
Rangers actually they're
ever
not a thing anymore.
you ever seen the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, like, there's so many other things you could do. Like we could go like anything.
Oh my god, you ever been in a shark cage?
We go skydiving. Like there's things you could do.
Oh
Like
yeah, oh yeah.
holy crap. That's too much, man. But yeah, the announcing, those guys are disciplined. They are so disciplined to be able to
Well,
keep it
it's a
so
job. I
like
mean,
media friendly.
they can't be like this team's a fucking joke. They can't get on there and
Like
say that.
imagine how much better we would feel after the game if they were like that though. Like if the announcers were like, I can't like if they were raging out like I know even when Dave Maloney gets a little attitude on there, it makes me feel a little bit better. It's like, oh great, we're not
Oh yeah.
alone. But like these guys who just play pretend like it's not happening and
Now
celebrate bullcrap,
you can tell
it
when
kills me.
Dave's blood's starting to boil because he gets quiet.
Yeah, he
There'll be like a 5 seconds of silence on the
yeah.
air, and then he'll come in and be like, Yeah, this has not been a good look.
Yeah, he does that, and he also does that little angry stutter. He's like,
I
I
I
just don't know.
I
Like he does. So
I mean, they they need to score.
yeah, it's the little angry stutter that we all get. So, but it's relatable. So that's why I like Maloney up there
Dude,
too, because it's relatable.
I feel
You
like I
know
sound like him.
he's hurting just like we're hurting. So
And shout out my my coworker and my friend John. Because of all the jobs and all the times I've worked and no one gave a shit about hockey. This guy's not a hockey head, but he watches some puck. He's a Caps fan, and he asks me how the Rangers are doing. And any other time or year, I would super appreciate that, and I still do, John. Thank you. But I'm just like I'm so disenchanted by this team. I'm so tired of this collection of players. I am beyond done with Chris Drury. I've been as patient as I could.
yeah,
I've even stated it probably in earlier episodes this season.
yeah,
I was trying to be patient with Chris
done,
Drury.
done.
I am done. Every move he makes, I feel like Stanley on The Office. Every time you do something stupid, you follow it up with something even stupider. Like every move is worse than the one before, or more head scratchery, or it's more of like a player that we love. For look, no disrespect, Will Borgen's turned out to be okay, but we keep getting rid of players that we love for this,
Yeah,
for Susie's, for Borgans, for
vanilla for
Parsonin's,
vanilla
for
guys.
vanilla sandwiches with extra mayo. This is a bland and flavorless team. It is white people potato
On and
salad.
off the yeah, it's got grapes in it.
Yes, it's got grapes in
It's
it.
terrible.
It is like it's noodles with Kraft singles melted over
Oh
it.
god. Yeah, it's
Do not bring this team to the barbecue.
yeah, do not oh my
It'll be
god,
the
dude. There'll
last
be a
barbecue.
shootout.
It'll be the last be the last barbecue you're ever invited to.
Yeah, it's so bad that I have like friends, like casual, not even like close friends, just like casual acquaintances reaching out doing welfare checks on me. Like my boy Mike Adams this week, or like right after the Panarin trade, he hit me up. He's like, man, what do you think about this? You doing all right, man? Like, I'm like, dude, no, I'm not doing all right. What kind of question is that? And he's like, I was like, I went on my little spiel about Chris Drury, and he's a big time Avs fan. He's like, well, I loved Drury back in year 2000. I was like, yeah, before he like that
Yeah,
was when he
because
was a winner. Now
yeah,
he's a
because
freaking loser.
yeah, because he was the seventh best player on a team full of Hall of Famers, and he was
Yeah.
a contributor. I liked Chris Drury when he played too. I liked Chris Drury until about a year ago. I'm done, dude. He's done. He is he has single handedly destroyed this team on the ice and off.
Off the ice especially, because
Off
I
the
can
ice,
deal with the
man.
team going through a slump, like it happens. But to take a team and then every little tiny bit of good vibes that were existing or could be existing and just wash them clean of any good vibe, it's too much. Like we don't get any fun.
You
Like
know,
you see bad teams and they give you fun stuff to watch. They give you cool content. You see them, if they're having a good game, they're at least chopping it up. Like this team is so miserable under his regime that even when they're winning games and scoring goals, which isn't often, like the celebration is like, oh, good job, man, and then they
you
keep it moving.
you want to hear a perfect example, and I've actually been sitting on this a long time, and it's just been something that like maybe I forget to bring up on the pods, but it's been eating me alive.
What's that?
Have you been following the Shorzy Bulldogs, like the tours they do? Like the hockey team will go to different stadiums and play a
Oh
game.
yeah,
Like
yeah, a little bit.
every original six team except for the Rangers has done it. And instead of the Rangers, they went over and did it with the Islanders. Why?
Shorzy hates to lose so
Look,
much that he was like, I can't do that at
no,
MSG.
look, I have my own speculation on that. I like what you're saying, but look, even even Toronto is about as corporate, you know, as probably corporate unfun as it should be. They did it. The Rangers are the only ones who haven't done that, and I don't know, I don't have proof. I can't blame that on Chris Drury 100%, but there's something there. For a fact they hit up the Rangers. They didn't just leave the Rangers off. Every original six team except for the Rangers did it, and the Islanders, and I think someone else now did it too, like a non 06 team. This is a perfect example of what is going on with this team where we can't have fun. What is going on? Another perfect example. Look at the Stadium Series versus the Winter Classic. And now Florida was beat up; they can't control that. But what the hell were the Rangers doing in an outdoor game this season after the season they had last year? And then they should have had it
Ugh.
rescinded after like the 20, 30 game mark. It should have been like, you're not playing in that game. We're putting someone else in that game that's going to be interesting, that has their stars in. Dude, I guess that was like the last fun moment of this season.
Yeah.
But dude,
The only fun moment this
that game
season.
was
The
a
only one.
on and off the ice was a complete wet fart compared to the Stadium Series. Look at the outfits, dude. The Rangers came in white. Maybe we'll just wear white. That'll be fun. That'll be cute. Dude, the Tampa Bay came in the orange creamsicle old school Tampa Bay Buccaneer helmet, jersey, full football gear. That's pretty badass.
Everything
John
everything about
Cooper looks like fucking Tony Montana.
everything about the Stadium Series was better than the Winter
And not to
Classic. Like
mention the game
pirate
itself,
themed, like
pirate themed.
pirate theme. That's sweet.
There's
What was
dude,
ours? Ours was like well, I don't even know what the theme was.
the theme was Miami.
Like
It was
Miami. Like
so unoriginal that the theme itself was Florida. The theme was, oh look, we're doing a Florida game. Oh, but there's a Florida game 2 weeks from now too.
but
Or
like the music was terrible. Everything at the Winter Classic was terrible except the Rangers' performance
except yeah, Mika
for the night.
Zibanejad. Yeah,
For the night, Mika Zibanejad's
yeah.
performance for the
One
night.
it was like one night we rented the 23-24 Rangers, and then other than that, everything else sucked.
Yeah,
And
the only good point,
you know,
the only good time I had all year so far.
why can't this team have fun? Like I didn't even watch the Road to the Winter Classic because it would have just pissed me off. But look, excuse me, and I know you're a father, so maybe you have a different view on this. I want to watch the boys doing hockey stuff. I want to watch the lifestyle. I don't fucking care to watch Mika dressed as Bluey dancing. Look, that's cute and that's great, and he's Father of the Year. Is the
That's all
team?
we have to
Is the
offer.
team? That's it. This team is so horrifically boring that the only thing I got on the Junior Baby Reporters last episode, and you know what? And I feel like I came off as a child hater. It's not them. It's whoever the fuck is putting together this crap. Why can't this team have some fun? I
They're
watch
not
other
allowed.
teams, like I'm just scrolling Instagram and I'll end up on like a Kraken video, and they're asking Kraken players, "What's your favorite?" Like just stupid stuff. Why can't we get anything other than like I think the closest to that was the Rangers video the other day where they were like, "If you could be one dog, what would you be?" Did you watch that one? And
Mm-mm.
Mika Zibanejad still found a way to be a completely disinteresting, uh, vanilla wafer. He drags his answer out across the entire short and then goes, I guess yellow
You know what
lab.
I saw today?
He's pathetic.
I saw something today that said Chris Drury had a meeting with the core guys. So the five guys asking them if they wanted to stick around. Did you see that? So it was Mika, Miller, Igor, Fox, and Gavrikov. They all had a meeting with Drury. Drury asked them if they all wanted to stick around, and they all said, "Yeah, I want to stay here."
I did not hear that.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. Like, why? You love losing?
Dude,
And what do you want to stay here for?
I've made the joke that Mika doesn't want to switch preschools. That's the only reason. He doesn't care about cups. He doesn't care about winning. It is solely he doesn't want to switch preschools, and he probably has a coffee shop down the road that he
He's just
loves.
getting over the Chris Kreider
Dude,
grief.
yeah, he's burnt
He's just now getting over the heartbreak from Chris Kreider leaving. So
all
he's
these
like,
pictures of him and Chris Kreider with Chris's face like
yeah,
blacked out.
yeah, little holes cut out of him on his wall.
I mean, dude, I've gone completely sour on this team. Even guys like Will Cooley, like I don't hate Will Cooley, but he's he's sucked this season. Let's just say it like it
But
is.
the
No one takes a jump. No one takes a jump. It's like everyone gets to some point and just
the
completely plateaus,
brutality
man.
has been contagious. It
Yeah,
has been the
he's
negativity
been
has been
affected.
absolutely contagious. Players that we know they're better than this are stooping down because it's literally like a cancer. It is just taking over the entire organization, and like they're gonna have to do chemo to get rid of this shit. And to me, chemo is chop the head off the tumor. Take out the big malignant tumor, which is Chris Drury.
Well, and unfortunately with chemo, you get worse before you get better. So this team is going to be a, and no disrespect
Can
to
it
people.
get worse than
I
this?
don't mean disrespect to people with chemo, but like it's going to be a pale, hairless, gaunt, of shell of itself for a long
However,
time.
when you beat the cancer, it's a hell of a
You come
story.
back.
It's
It's
a
a hell of
hell
a
of a
story.
story.
It's a hell of a story.
So
And speaking of cancer, this is a perfect transition. And I want to hear your opinion first, because I kind of know where I'm at. I'm curious where you're at. I have been about as patient as I think, about as I don't. I know this isn't a word, but I've tried to just see it for what it is, with JT Miller. Where are you at with him? And the reason I ask is I think 85% of the vocal majority of Ranger fans are ready to tar and feather him and run him out of town. And I'm not quite there. Where are you at with JT Miller?
I am there right now. And what I mean, let me elaborate, is like I'd like to see him on a team that's not going through the same bullcrap that we're going through right now. Like right now, everybody's bad. There's not one player who stay. I mean, Mika's having an all right season, but really, he's just still having like an average, like a just above average season. So I'd like to see what Miller can do when he has, a team behind him that is like actually like kicking ass. I feel like he's the type of person who like kind of adapts to his environment. And right now, the environment, the culture is just so skewed that there's nothing he can really do. So like if somehow by some miracle we can like have a quick turnaround 3 seasons from now, have guys and have young, ambitious players underneath him who are like trying to kick ass. I'd like to see what he can do. So I'm not over him yet. But then again, at that point, he'll be what, 36 years old? He'll be an old man for in
Yeah,
hockey terms.
yeah,
So, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm over it now, but I'm over everything right now. Like
yeah,
there's not a single another move that could be made that I'd be like, oh man, not that. Not that. Like we are at the studs. Like they say, tear it all down to the studs. We are at the studs. What is there to tear down? We're the worst.
yeah,
There's nothing else you could do that's worse than what we are right now.
yeah. I think that's fair. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not done, but I'm in no place to defend. I'm in no place to justify.
No.
You hope that it's an injury and he can get better over the off season. But then it frustrates you because why is he going to Italy? Why is he
Oh
why is he
man, that
playing
Olympic
every
team,
game?
they're pissed.
You know, why are we just dragging this out? I think you made a good point where you get some players around him that give a shit and have some gumption. I think that'll go a long way.
Maybe that's the Jordan Green trees.
Yeah,
Or
so
Jordan. What did I say? Jordan. His name's
I
Liam.
I kind
Maybe
of
he's like that. Who
you know
knows?
I'm gonna bundle Sullivan into this same category with JT Miller because I feel kind of the same way. I refuse to kind of fully blame them and turn my back on them based on how this season's gone because of this team. I went into I think you and I were a little bit optimistic on the bounce back,
Yeah,
but
remember our predictions?
I do
Not one player's met him yet,
not
or
one.
even on pace to meet him.
But there was always the caveat of but there is this dark cloud that is like hanging around and it could move over here and it fucking sure has. And just like Drury said in his little letter, fucking clown, that season hasn't gone the way we expected. No shit. And I think you get I guess the point I'm making is last year was like holy shit, train wreck. We need to switch gears, and it's not always turned around right away.
Last year was a fender bender compared to this year.
They kind of told us that we made enough moves, we changed this roster enough that we're going to be better and competitive. And the fact is that they're worse this year.
Way worse.
And
A
and
lot worse.
and the captain is injured. Why he's playing, I don't know, other than stupid ass hockey culture. And the coach, can't do much. It's
What can you
if
do?
you were to give this coach truth serum, I guarantee he'd be like, this fucking team sucks.
Yeah. And
And
coming from a team that had Crosby on it and like Crosby's leadership and like guys who like were actually wanted to play better because Crosby was their guy, like
yeah,
coming from that to this, oh, he's got to be down in the dirt. Like
yeah.
he's got to be think every single night he probably goes like, am I getting fired today?
Dude, anyone who's sticking around on this team is, I mean, they're just playing out the season because you have to play the games and your contract, you're contractually obligated. There's no one on this team that's really ambitious, that's looking forward to doing anything of note this season.
Yeah.
And we honestly just kind of have to sit and watch it. Y- you'd think this Olympic break would make you miss the games. I'm not gonna miss it, man.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm so hyped for a
Honestly, I wish the
break.
season ended today.
I'm so excited that we get a 2 week break from misery to watch actual good hockey.
Yeah,
Guys to root for, whether you want Sweden or whoever you want to win, like you get to root for a team that's gonna compete.
yeah,
It's I'm ecstatic for that. I don't know, man. We've been going for a minute now, but this just is just too much. It just sucks. I'm vowing my allegiance for the rest of the season to the Detroit Red Wings. I'm bought in all the way. I want them to go the distance. So I will be rooting for them. And the Rangers, they've got to get together, or else they if they don't get it together, I'm just not going to be into it. I can't. You can't get into it. I can't just be miserable all the time because my team sucks.
yeah.
So don't let me down, Red Wings.
My team in the East right now has got to be Buffalo. I just love what they're doing.
Yeah,
I love Tage Thompson. I like Darlene. I like a lot of the guys there. So I'm kind of pulling for them. And my team out in the West always really has been the Sharkies.
yeah. So this
I
gem,
I refuse to give a game stick this
I'm
week.
gonna give a game stick. I'm gonna give my game stick to Carson Soucy because I am Carson Soucy is deserving of this game stick. He uh he left. He went to a rivalry team of ours, and he scored on us in his debut, pretty much his debut against us. Scored a goal on us, and he's not a loser anymore. So he went from being a loser nobody to a guy who's on a team that might make some waves. So this game stick goes to Carson Soucy. Even though he's not a Ranger anymore, he's very deserving, and I'm happy for him. I hope he does good. So there's that. Palmer's not that much of a traitor. He's not gonna
I
give the game stick away. So
No, nope.
that's
I
fair.
won't refuse.
So do you have anything else, man? I mean, we've been going for a minute. I
I
think
I
we got
really
our
don't.
point across.
Yeah, I really don't like, follow, subscribe. If this is
Yeah,
your first time watching because of the Panarin stuff, thank you for checking us out. We try to do these weekly. It doesn't always happen. We do have
yeah.
lives, and Stefan has kids
And it
and
makes it
other
way
things.
more difficult to do it weekly when the team that you love just sucks so bad.
It does.
It makes it so much more. It's like getting out of bed when your alarm goes off. You just want to hit snooze a
When I
couple
when I,
times.
I texted you yesterday, that was a real emotion. It felt like a homework assignment that I've just been putting off and putting off. But I wanted to get back here. But
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for checking us out. Ride with us. I mean, we're gonna tell it like it is. We're gonna keep putting out episodes. We do some music stuff too. Haven't done that in a while, but I got some things I'm working on. And yeah, I mean that's it. Tell a friend. Come commiserate with
We'll
us.
never see this again.
And yeah, I mean, good. Honestly, I'll say this too. Good luck to Panarin. He was a hell of a Ranger.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Thank you for the memories. Like
maybe
I do appreciate them.
in an episode coming up, we should maybe kind of highlight favorite moments or do a little bit of that. I think I was not prepared tonight. I just wanted to get in here and kind of get caught up with everyone
Let you
and
know how miserable we are.
yeah, and air out. I actually do feel a little better, so I'm ready to go
this
home. And
this episode is for you, so you know you're not alone. Like
yeah,
we've had it. Like if someone's had it up to here, add a few inches, and we've had it up to here. So
no,
we just had to get it out. It's a vent sesh. Probably nothing good to talk about in the next future couple episodes, but um, we're definitely going to keep doing it because we care about you guys and we hope you guys care about us. So, having said all that, like, follow, subscribe. Do you have anything else?
No.
Forever hold your peace.
Until next time.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.